we start this episode zoomed in on one sun elf cowering in a bush. His name is Rivern. He is maybe not fearless, but he's there. Rivern, you just watched your friends get back on the boat, or maybe not. Maybe you missed them. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh man. Oof. I got 2.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, with that roll, Rivern, you did not notice all of the rest of your party get back on the boat and start heading north towards the cavern. As you turn, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing in the bush?
I think I fell asleep.
You...
He took a long rest.
Okay, yeah, he needed those spells back. He took a long rest for some godforsaken reason. I would say it's definitely the sun is setting. It's starting to get dark out. What do you do?
I guess I hop out of bushes and I'm totally oblivious to just what happened. So.
Okay. So when you hop out of the bushes, you are, met by the same scene, much prettier though now, you're on the embankment of the river. You can see the sun's glistening off the waves or the ripples of the river. The river is traveling southward. However, you know that the boat was headed northward towards the caverns where you guys were quartering before your mission. You would know the way back. You think it would take you approximately 15-20 minutes walk to get back that direction. You could probably make it quicker if you decided to dash and run. But yes, it's pretty much the same scene. You hear calm, serene forest noises coming from around you. The birds are settling in for the night. And, yes.
Alright, this is terrible because I don't know. I'm separated from the group and I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I have to be right back for 10 minutes while he is doing this.
Okay, sounds
I'll be back. Right. Sorry, guys.
No, that's fine. Okay, so, Rivern, you're alone. What do you do?
Oh, alright. Damn, that's a good question. I don't know what to do.
Well, you could head back towards the cavern, because you do know which way that is. If you just follow the river upward, you'll reach it. You do know that based off your, elven intuition, you know that this area probably isn't the most safe, especially considering you have no idea really what your surrounding is, besides the fact that you came out of the cavern into this forested area. You know the immediate area, but you're still not sure exactly where you are in the terms of geographical location, what's around, what the threats are, what might be popping out as it gets dark.
Okay. Well, I guess I would follow the river?
Northwards?
Yeah, north.
I was like, can go 2 directions. Alright, so, Rivern is gonna follow the river northward up towards the caverns. The rest of you, as we last left off, you were pulling into the mouth of the cavern. The ice mephits who kind of ferried you on your journey when you first got your mission were standing at the cliffside entrance to throw you guys some ropes, tie them around the bridge of the boat, and are gonna pull you in. As you guys get pulled in, the sky behind you is a blazing orange as the sun sets off in the distance. The old lady at the front of the boat, who was staring off into the distance, is now rummaging around in a bag next to her feet. It looks like she's preparing to disembark. All the children are very antsy to get off the boat, and the dwarf is also packing up his stuff, getting ready to transport everything off the boat as well. What do you do?
Ooh, how excited! We fight it.
You fight the boat. Okay.
We fight the boat like a Street Fighter level.
Sure.
We're gonna beat up the car.
Yeah, just press B, 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 B.
The bonus round.
Yeah.
So you've got all those people you can talk to. The ice mephits say, just stay on the boat for like 2 minutes more. We just gotta pull you into a place where it's safe to get off all the cargo, and then we'll take you back to your quarters.
So guys, during that long boat ride, I really had some thoughts, you know? I feel like we should all stop being so secretive to these people. Maybe, you know, let them know a thing or two. Talk to them a little bit, see what they know, see if we can gather any intel. Anyone got any connections they want to...
Miyuk is just like staring at her hands and still like really visibly like shaken from being the equivalent of one roll away from dying. So I think she's having like a really hard time because she's gotten in a lot of fights before, but she's never almost died before. So she's just kind of like, yes. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Garth, you seem to be pretty in their good books.
Yeah, hope so.
Maybe you can gather some intel. Talk to that old lady. She kind of gives me the creeps with the way she stares into my eyes, but...
Do you think I should ask her, like, why she was on the boat and going this way?
You really almost had her charmed last time.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Wink!
Just to let you know, there's an old lady and then there's like a middle-aged lady. Garth was definitely in the good graces of the middle-aged blonde woman, but the old lady is the one who took an interest in Kirkin. The old black,
The one that did the staring
wiry-haired-
contest.
Yes, the staring contest. The middle-aged one is more of like, she seems like, think of her as like one of those Catholic school like teachers. She's very poised, very serious, and you would think she definitely has the best interests of those children in mind, considering they're kind of like her stewards.
Cool. Well, I don't see age, so I didn't know there was a difference between
Well-
the two.
9 million years old.
As soon as you're talking to Garth, I imagine it's not in whispered tones though, is it?
No.
Yeah, so as soon as she hears you say something about her, she's gonna perk up and look over, and she's gonna like smile at you, and as soon as she grins, you just see these like black, like yellow, rotten teeth in her mouth, and she's just like and then she looks back and starts, putting her stuff away, getting her stuff ready. The druid says, the druid at the back of the boat, says, again, thank you so much for all of your help. It couldn't have been better timing that you showed up. And, sorry to assume, my dear woman, that you'd never been in battle before.
I want to ask him, there's 3 of them? 3 people with harps?
So there's the druid who is in like these white and silver robes kind of, and then there's 2 others who look like they're wearing the same like white and silver robes. Not as cool. They don't have all the like interesting druidic symbols or garment pieces, and they look simpler. They look like they are studying under him.
The people who attacked us though, there was like the twins and then the younger girl.
So the people who attacked you, just to recap, it was you had a blonde girl with kind of a cherub-like face. She was wearing a red kind of pleated skirt and a white, roughly almost button-up shirt. She had a crossbow with her and a harp strapped to her back. Her accompaniment, who dropped out of the tree and kind of knocked you all unconscious, he is taller, thin, he looks frail, but you can tell he's been through several battles. He also has a harp strapped to his back. He had some red pants on, again, white shirt. And then you had the brunette girl, really young, probably couldn't have been more than 14 years old, who also had a harp. She's the one who healed all of you.
So I want to ask him, have you seen those 3 before? Do they always attack the boat? What?
And so he says, not those 3 specifically, but I do remember seeing similar vestiged individuals spying on us through the forest trees and canopies recently. I think as far back as 3 or 4 weeks ago.
She's just kind of like still rattled, trying to figure out who they were and why they were able to. I mean, we're level 1 still, maybe, so maybe we're not that tough, but
yeah. So, that being said, all of you guys feel super empowered, like you are of the next level, and you will be leveling up by the end of today, hopefully.
Yay!
So, that's that. You think you've definitely experienced enough to be level 2, so.
Is there a private place I can bring the old lady?
Yeah, so...
Right, okay, everybody.
So, you guys are pulling up into the port. The ice mephits, they kind of signal over to these bone-like creatures you saw before. They kind of look like wolves walking on their hind legs, but they're all just like bony with like flesh, kind of icy flesh hanging off, and they're all picking up the supplies and moving them over onto the side. So one of the ice mephits says, "It's safe to get off now." So you could probably take her aside. You could be like, she is at the front of the boat, so you guys could be like the first 2 off, and you could kind of escort her over to the side if you wanted to have a private moment with her.
Yeah, I will do that getting off the boat.
Okay, and she says, another... Oh god, that is not her voice.
She's a witch, remember?
She says, another staring contest?
Yeah, something like that. Let's go.
oh,
Well,
Alright.
I can assure you I won't let you off as easy this time.
yeah.
Boy. Oh boy. Phrasing.
Oh boy.
Okay, well. Should I
Yikes.
do it now? Should I talk to her now?
I mean, if you like.
Anybody near you, around you?
Do you want to make sure, like, you want to make sure you're away from everyone? Is that like the intent? Do you want to be alone, like not heard by anyone else? Oh, okay. I mean, I would think you would have to like, as long as no one intervenes, yeah, she'll go with you.
Okay.
I mean, she, you know that she knows some intimate details about you, based off of
That's what I want to try and figure out.
Okay.
I want to know how much she knows without everyone else hearing or being aware of it.
Oh, okay. This
Oh
is
yeah, she
fun.
said she knew you. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to do a big bit, and I'm going to roll performance.
Okay. Also, though, I don't think the rest of you know that she knows who Kirkin is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because when he pulled her in close, I think he said, what did you say? Do you know who I am or something like that?
Yeah.
And then she whispered back, I do.
They were totally making
Thought
out.
we were kissing.
Oh yeah.
So I rolled a 19 for performance. So I want to just make a big show and be like, I'm gonna show you who the real staring contest champion is. Let's go best 2 out of 3. And so that's what people think we're doing.
Yeah, I don't think unless any of you guys are gonna think that's weird.
Everyone else
would
is just like,
fall
why is
for
he
that.
doing that?
He's being obvious for some reason, but let's just let him do his thing.
She's
Go find us.
Does hold on, she's gonna make a perception check real quick. Ooh! Okay, she's gonna say yeah, she's gonna help you essentially, and she's gonna aid in your performance, and she's gonna say, oh, you won't get me this time. She's just gonna like go along with it and try to make sure that like nobody thinks that's weird.
Yeah, everyone else can do something now.
All right. Did I have my conversation to Dan about the? I don't remember if that was in game or not, but the conversation about the envelope with the.
So,
I don't think so.
You know what? Whatever you guys discussed last time, you guys can act like you talked about it, or you can just bring it up now. Either way,
Okay.
yeah, because now is like a great time to really get out all of your questions and your comments or anything that you're kind of dying to know. You've got sources of information around you right now while everyone's trying to get off the boat. And also, you know that after this, you're probably just going to be escorted back to your quarters, where you guys can kind of have a conference all together if you wanted to.
Okay. Well, I just want to pull Dan aside right now and ask him, because from the boat it seemed like he was knowledgeable about Umberly.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pull him aside and ask him if he knows. So Dan, Garth, do you know anything about sigil or symbol about 2 waves crashing? Like what that means or anything about that?
That is the not crest, but the symbol for Umberly. So if you come across a shrine that has that on it, that means that shrine is dedicated to her.
Interesting. All right. Between you and I didn't really tell anybody yet about this, just because I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I was gonna try and figure it out myself. But you saved our asses back there. We had that roommate whose name I don't remember.
Gold.
Gold. Yeah, I was snooping around his room right before you woke up, and the commotion started, and I found an envelope with that sigil that I just told you about.
Okay.
And there it said it had 3 words. It was wait.
You can remember, you got it.
One.
I didn't write it down. Fuck.
It was like wait, and I think it was stay or remain, and then the third word was hidden.
Yeah.
Or hide.
So, hide, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what that means, but that sounds really shady to me.
Well, can I tell you what that means to me?
What does that mean to you? Let's go.
Anyone who is working under Umberly or working in respect to Umberly willingly is not a good person, in my opinion. or it could be forced upon them. Like if this person is doing something in the name of Umberly, it could be someone else forcing them to do it out of like, what's the word for it?
Intimidation, fear,
Yeah, like they have something over their head.
leverage.
So, yeah, this person could be bad news or someone who's just in a bad situation, but that still doesn't mean they're good towards us.
I mean, either way, it's bad news from what I'm hearing.
I agree.
So, what do you think we should do with this? Should we tell the group? Should we?
I would like to inform the group if you're fine with that, because it was you that found the letter.
And do you think it's weird that Reverend is still missing?
That River is still missing?
Yeah.
I've kind of like always thought he was missing in a way, whether he was walking with us or not. Just kidding.
On that note, just pause real quick. We're gonna go right back to your guys' conversation. River, go ahead and roll a survival check. You're gonna roll a d20, and then
I mean, I don't know her.
I don't know her.
15.
15. Okay, so you definitely know that if you like booked it real fast, you could probably get back to the cave entrance in about 5 minutes. You're about 5 minutes away.
All right, then I'm gonna book it.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. So, in the distance, like in a little thought bubble, you just see Rivern like running as fast as he can back towards the cave entrance. But go ahead, Garth. I don't know her, but
No, I think he must have went the wrong way when we got divided in the forest when we were distracted by the harp sounds. So I hope we can get back in touch with him, because he's supposed to be helping us.
I guess. I'm
Do
gonna.
you have odd feelings towards him or a weird vibe from him?
I'm standing right
No.
here, dude.
I don't know. To me, it's just strange how he. I mean, maybe that's just his character as a coward, just disappear when there's a fight going on. But who knows? I am gonna keep an eye on him.
Okay.
But I will. So, besides telling the group, I was thinking maybe we could even go to Tempest with this information, but maybe see if we can work a deal or something with them for the information.
It's always worth trying.
I mean, if there's gonna be an undercover attack or like a coup going on like somewhere in here, I'm sure the guy running the show would want to know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe we should try and ask around it just in case this is something Tempest is involved in too.
Side note, I know about it because I think I'm pointing as if you are actually here on the screen. Rayz told me about it because I asked about it. So I also know. The rest of the group doesn't.
you asked about it when you found the note.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Olga, Miuk, and Rivern that are kind of still in the dark on all of this. That being said, Miuk...
But Mike knows about the letter. He doesn't know about the whole background, right?
No.
Well, what didn't... I
heard what Dan said, yeah, so I know that you had the note that had the thing on it, and then Dan talked about the thing. I liked this. I don't know if it's right, but I liked it. So I've put two and two together, but I'm not going to say shit about it, so there's nothing.
Okay, cool.
And just for audience purposes, keep in mind, when Kirkin originally awoke in the cavern, when his skills were being evaluated, the last thing he saw before he was knocked unconscious was the symbol of Umberly in front of another symbol that he has yet to encounter a second time. So, just little info. Little tidbit. Okay. Miyuk and Olga, as everyone is kind of, you see, as everyone's kind of getting ready to get off the boat, you see Kirkin goes off to have another staring contest with the old lady. Rayz and Garth are kind of talking to each other. I know, Miyuk, you were in the back of the boat, and Olga, where were you in relation to everyone else? I mean, there is the dwarf, Kyler, and the three... Oh, you were with the two boys, right?
Yeah, I was rowing with the two boys.
Yeah. So you're, like, chilling with the two boys, and they're asking you about, like, what you do and why you're so big, and you look really strong, and they just think you're really cool.
Perfect. I kind of want to... I don't know if my character would try and get information out of children, but I'm going to try and get information out of children.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I will just, like, ask them, like, so what brings you and your family on this boat? Are you going on a trip?
So the old one goes, yeah, so this is my sister Amelia and my brother Kale, and we're headed to, we're helping our, well, she's not our mom, but she's like our mom. We're kind of helping our they wouldn't call her a keeper. we're just gonna say
Guardian?
Our guardian, yeah, our mistress. We're just helping her patch people up over at the encampment, doing the good old work.
Oh, so you're like healers as well?
Not yet, but you know, one day maybe.
So when they say encampment, do they mean like where we stay?
Yeah. So yeah, when people, you've heard it enough times that when people are talking about the encampment, they're definitely talking about like the bazaar area and the area that you guys are kind of staying, that it's like a fortified outpost essentially for this group or organization who all kind of have a common goal.
Okay.
Yeah, we're learning to be healers. Our parents died, and Deborah took us in, and now we study the healing arts.
Deborah. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that, but Deborah sounds like a very nice lady. So, like, how did you meet Deborah? Did she just pick you up off the street one day, or did you know
I wouldn't
her
exactly
before?
call her nice. She's not really nice, but she feeds us and stuff. We're all...
Does Deborah hit you? Blink twice if yes.
He looks kind of scared, and he looks around, and then he, like, kind of turns to you and goes...
Oh no, boys. Oh no.
But it's not hard.
We just adopted children. Oh no.
He goes, it's only when we're misbehaving. So she's
like
not...
misbehaving, like you didn't you like killed someone, or misbehaving like you didn't say yes ma'am.
So
wow, you 90s ogres really don't get it, do you?
Kale...
It's okay to spank your child every now and then.
Kale speaks up, and Kale goes, no, it's only when we, like, don't do our chores and we're fighting and stuff.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
I feel like that's just parenting. You made it. Okay, let me tell you, kids. She doesn't sound mean to me. Maybe she sounds like an adult that's trying to parent you, maybe.
Cam goes, yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, she's not really mean, but she's just not...
You guys scared me,
super
Jesus.
nice like you are. She's not cool. She doesn't, like, do cool stuff like you.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. I mean, but I also, like, don't have a lot of time to have kids, so, I mean, you gotta give up one thing or the other.
Yeah, so, like, what do you do?
Oh, right now I'm kind of in between jobs, but normally I am doing the wrestling circuit. But right now we're just kind of like helping people when they need it, we live in the encampment too, but we like can't leave, which is weird that you are able to leave. And I want to know why you're able to leave and we're not able to leave.
Cam goes, "Oh, you live in the encampment, so you guys have been helping out for the big vision?"
Yeah, the big vision, that thing. What do you know about the big vision? Did they tell you about it?
Well, so I've heard Deborah talking about it with the other people at the Winter Palace. Basically, if we all just go and we work our hardest to make sure that, you know, nobody hurts these people and that they can do their jobs for a while, then we're gonna end up being really happy after it's all over.
Oh, and how do we get happy? What happens when it's all over?
Well, just like, you know, because no one's gonna attack us anymore.
Oh, okay. And like protect people like us that are doing our jobs?
Yeah, just like everyone in the encampment who, like, fights for us.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's the vision they told me about too.
Yeah, the big vision.
Yeah, that big vision. We're all going for it.
Yeah. Woo!
Do you
You're
know
so cool.
who's? I don't know why children would know who's over the big vision, but we're gonna ask. You don't happen to know who like runs the encampment, do you? Have you met them?
Oh no, but it's probably someone really important.
Yeah, I agree. Too important to meet me, I guess.
Well, I'm sure we'll all meet him one day.
Hopefully they're nice.
Probably nicer than Deborah.
You know, I don't want to say this too loud, but Deborah just doesn't sound like a nice name. Maybe we should change her name. We'll call her something else. Just us three.
Sometimes we call her Poopy Face, but...
Oh, I love that. Okay, we'll call her Poopy Face.
Okay.
I think Poopy Face has a crush on my fish friend.
Yeah, Deborah doesn't really see men that often.
Deborah seems like it.
Can we take a break? I have to go to the bathroom really bad.
I'm so sorry.
Just, can we take
Call her Gertrude.
You guys can talk about Deborah. I'll be back in like 2 seconds, okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Au revoir.
Is Debbie a nicer name?
Debbie. Kyle can't go around and make characters say that she's mean and then be like, oh no, she's only mean when I don't do my chores. I thought Deborah was an abusive slave driver.
Is Deborah named after someone?
I don't know. Is Deborah named after someone?
I was worried that we named it after someone in the
chat.
Thing. Yeah.
Oh no.
Maybe she's named off the Deborah that I talked to in middle school that was a real bitch.
Deborah.
Maybe.
I'm never going to forget her.
Courtney,
well, I am going to forget her. So.
How do I spell mute?
M-I. Okay.
I'm putting our names on here.
Can you go blend my thingy? Thank you.
Mike, how do you spell Kirkin?
Yeah, definitely Keerkin.
R-K-I-N. Okay.
Oh, and Amanda, Rayze is R'_ZAY.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So, Cam and Kale are gonna say, hey, so since we're friends, do you want to come hang out with us in the winter tent sometime?
I would absolutely love that.
And they say, do you know how to find us?
No, tell me.
Well, you can always find us at, like, we have these...
Where are you in relation to Jordan's tent?
I don't know who Jordan is.
Oh, okay. Well, you should meet him one day. He's really nice and he makes swords.
He's gonna say, just look for the big white and silver tents, okay?
Okay, I will remember that.
Okay, it was good meeting you, Olga.
Wait, don't leave. We have to keep rowing and being friends.
Where the boat stopped. We're here.
I know, but it's never too late to work out every day.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Miyu, is there anything in particular you're doing before Rivern makes his dashing entrance, running up to the cave?
What's the druid guy doing now?
He's just pulling in ropes. He's helping the bone creatures take the cargo off the boat and put it onto the the outcropping where there's just a bunch of crates and barrels, different supplies that are all being collected and inventoried by an ice method.
I want to ask, what kind of supplies are you guys traveling? What are you unloading here for the encampment?
He says, well, we bring lots of different goods and wares from Luskin. We bring different foods and delicacies that they can't really get up here in the caves. We also bring just general supplies like backpacks and bedrolls. We also stop along the way in Mirabar, where Kyler's from, and they supply the encampment with wares such as armaments like shields and different weapons and things of that nature.
When will you be making your next journey to bring stuff in?
We head back to Mirabar tomorrow as soon as the sun comes up, rises, as soon as the sun rises. That's the verb of suns. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Technical term.
Will you have protection with you this time? Do you think you'll get attacked again?
He says, funny thing, we never noticed anyone following us on the way down. It's only on the way up.
I think I'm just gonna let him do his thing. I'll step away and say safe travels to you then.
He says, thank you so much. Oh, and one more thing. And then he says, may I offer you a gift?
Certainly. What
Just
for?
Throw up a little bit, or he's gonna say, I feel like we got off on the wrong. I feel like I insulted you earlier, and I just kind of wanted to make up for it. He sounds like a good old fucking guy now, but
I don't like him.
he says, I just wanted to offer you a token because it seems like I insulted you earlier.
Yeah, sure. I haven't died before, so it was a strange experience to almost meet death, so I probably wasn't super polite to you either. And I'm gonna look at whatever he's gonna give me.
Okay, so he's gonna give you, he says, hold out your hand, please.
I hold them out.
So, he takes a berry, like a blueberry from his pouch, and he puts it in your hand. And then, what, are you eating blueberries or something?
No, I'm eating cookie dough.
Oh, okay, I was like, so, and as he does this, he kind of moves his hands in this circular motion around the berry, and it starts to turn icy. And then, as he kind of finishes, he says, whenever you need to feel, if you ever feel like you're close to death again, eat this and it'll help. And you have this kind of crystallized blueberry.
I think this is probably the first time Miyuk has had a real connection with a person outside of her tribe in a very long time. So I think she probably softens up a little bit and says thank you a lot, thank you so much.
He says,
and then just kind of doesn't know what to do and kind of awkwardly starts to walk away.
Yeah,
I like that she said thank you a lot. Thank you a lot.
he nods his head and kind of goes back to what he was doing. You think he genuinely feels bad about, like, patronizing you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so, Rivern, you see the barge pulled in at the cliff entrance, and, I assume you're just running as fast as you can, huffing and puffing up this, like, sloped hill to the top.
Yes. So yeah, I'm just like taking a deep breath, like, and then I try to find the nearest person I know. So like, which is I don't know who's the closest.
It's probably Olga's. Oh no, actually, Muke's furthest back in the boat, so she's probably the first person you see talking to this druid man.
So I casually walk up to them and I just say, "What's up, guys?" Greetings. What I miss?
Olga is like, how long have you been here?
We finally decided to show up.
Sorry, guys. I was I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
You were what?
I was sleeping.
So as
Olga didn't see you the episode before, so she did not even know you were out.
she's just like, what are you doing here?
I think I'd ask,
Sleeping was an option?
did they cast a sleep spell on you?
No. Yes.
Very much, yes.
As you guys are all catching up, Kirkin, you definitely see this as ample opportunity to speak alone to the old wiry-haired lady. I don't think you've asked her name yet, or I don't think you know her name yet.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. I say, all right, get ready for this very serious staring contest. And then,
She
like
says,
a
cut the
ventriloquist,
bullshit, boy.
I don't move my mouth, and I go, okay, we're not really having a staring contest. I need to know what you know about me
She,
while
al-
maintaining eye contact.
she also doesn't move her mouth, and she says, I know, you're not that good of an actor. And
Okay, that's rude.
she says, I'm not gonna do this anymore, I'm just gonna talk normal. And she says, I know, I knew who you were when I saw you. I could feel that cord was running through your veins. You are a son of Cord. I know your name is Kirkin. I know your family. What else do I need to know about you?
There's really not much more to know. It's been weird the past few days.
Oh, really?
Very
How
tiring.
so?
Just a lot has gone on. The average. Fight a fish man, get knocked out, wake up in a barrel, fight a giant, get taken to an ice man who freezes the ground, and then eat sludge for 4 hours, and then get sent on a mission to protect your boat. Average stuff. But what's been particularly interesting is the fact that up until this point, no one has known me or my family.
Roll a perception check.
I got a 1.
Okay. She says, boy, I know everything. I am extremely knowledgeable. I've been on this earth for a very long time. There's not much I don't know, so it's not uncommon for me to have the answers that other people do not.
I didn't catch your name.
she says, "My name is Sycorax."
Yes.
You want me to spell it?
It is.
Do you want me to
Yes.
spell it for you?
Please. Yes.
Sycorax. Sycorax.
Oh, you're from Kingdom Hearts. You got a lot of those X's in your
A
name.
nobody.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, when you walk away, you won't hear me say,
Oh my god.
I don't believe it.
You're the worst.
okay, sorry.
What? You have magic? Do you do magic?
She says, I dabble.
Okay. And it's not particular to me that you know these things about me. You know many things about many of the people here.
Roll another perception check.
Come on. What gets added to that?
Your wisdom.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. 9.
She says, yes.
This was a really great chat. I honestly don't put much faith in my ability to pull much information from you due to my dumb wisdom.
She says, boy, maybe you should study a bit more and you'd be able to have a better read on people.
Yeah, well, as you probably know, some shit happened, so studying hasn't been the top of my list.
She's gonna say, back to what you were saying earlier about waking up and having to go through a bunch of trials not knowing where you are. It seems to me that you've been placed somewhere very specific for a very specific reason. I guarantee you, you are doing something that is very important. Remember what I said earlier. We don't have power, only the gods have power. So, if you fight for the right god, you may find yourself having immense power in the foreseeable future. And then she smiles real big, and she says, or I'm crazy! Who knows?
Thank you, Scorlox. I feel as though I've made a true companion today.
She says, if you don't have any more questions, you can always find me helping out my sister in the Encampment Bazaar.
I'll look for you.
I'll look for you.
But I won't be blinking.
She just stares back.
I walk away backwards like Homer Simpson into the tree, but looking into her eyes the whole time.
Her eyes get really wide, and then she says, look over there! And she blinks when you look.
Alright. Great interaction.
Alright, so, the ice method who was tallying up all the cargo, he says, yeah, it looks like everything's here. You guys ready to go back to your quarters?
Yeah, I'm fucking starving.
Oh, cool.
Me
no,
too.
I'm tired.
I guess he says, oh, cool. We can take you to the dining hall right before we go back. Does that work?
Yes.
Cool.
Is everybody else hungry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
Are you gonna eat that dead chicken again?
Or I could eat you.
Oh, kinky.
What can I say?
I feel like I'm really getting to know you both right now.
Quick question as a DM. What does everybody want to do immediately as, like, what is the first thing you want to do? You know, besides, like, eat and the regular bullshit, like, what is on your character's mind as far as,
Well, I personally want to, I'm going to go with what Dan said, and I want to tell the whole group about what we discovered collectively today with Umberly and...
you want to tell the group?
Yeah.
Didn't my character Garth explain all that to the group last session?
So yeah, he was explaining it all last session. The only thing is, like, I don't think the group doesn't have the connection that.
No, that about the letter part.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought I did tell them about Umberly.
Yeah. You did. You definitely
Yeah, you did.
told everyone and informed everyone about Umberly. Anyone else? Quick character. Like, what does your character want to do? Anyone? If not, we can just go with.
I'm going with rpgKyle.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, basically, you guys you wanna rpgKyle, you wanna conference the group somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Alright. So, the ice method says, before we go back to the dining facility, we're gonna take a quick detour. You guys can drop all your gear off at your room, and then we'll head out in, about 10 minutes after that. I gotta drop this cargo in the distribution area. Is that okay?
Cool, do your thing, man.
All right, cool. So you guys travel back through the caverns. You guys are starting to get a little bit more of a feel for the cavern system. You realize that there's so many different entrances and tunnels that if you were to try and kind of figure your way, like try and get out of here without help, you'd probably get lost. But you do realize that a lot of different tunnels lead to that cave entrance, and they all kind of connect back in a central area, which is close by where you guys are being quartered. And then further back into the mountainside is where the bazaar is. It's really fortified. It's probably the deepest part of the cavern. So you guys get back to your quarters, and on the way in through the door, Tempest is passing by, and he says, "Hey, how'd it go?" Okay. Wow. All right.
We're all still here.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I just wanted to get a quick update on how it went. Cargo's here, so it seems like it went fine. I'll try and check back in with you later after you've had some food.
Sounds good.
Good. Sounds
Thanks.
good.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest, you're the best.
Yeah, thank you.
We love you so much.
Okay, he's gone.
Yeah. He says, "Love you guys too," and he just
Yes.
walks away.
Bye.